which are aligned with the thematic areas that I just presented. Then we have outputs, that is what we expect to come out of the activities. Some of them can come out in the short term, others in the medium term, and others also in the long term. So it is a journey, it is not an event. It is something that we have to be clear that change doesn't occur overnight. We have a very broad outcome, which is again linked to the idea of a system. How do you strengthen a system? I mean, obviously you cannot have one intervention and expect the system to be strengthened, but you make a contribution. So the outcome and the impact are at a higher level where we can only make a contribution. But really what we want at the end, if all goes well, we want to be able to have strong councils, strong, strengthened councils that can play an active role in national science, technology, and innovation system so that our countries can achieve social and economic development. That is what we hope to achieve. You'll see underpinning at the bottom, you'll see that we have the issues around gender and inclusivity are very important. And in the second phase, gender and inclusivity, we have upgraded gender and inclusivity to become one of the thematic areas of focus in the second phase that I mentioned earlier. Political economy is critical because we have to understand the social, economic, and political contexts, which vary from country to country. So if, for example, something does not happen in Kenya, we have to understand why is it. You know, it could be politics, it could be some social issues or economic. So we are not under any illusion that whatever we do will result in change in any context. Right? Some context it won't happen. Maybe the context will change, and then we will get the result that we are looking for. So this is the theory of change. I should also add, although I will not go into details, but I just wanted to say that the way in which we monitor, one of the ways in which you monitor the work that we're doing, the work that we're doing with the councils, is through a log frame. So we have developed a logical framework, such as what is seen there. And as you know, a logical framework has targets. So each year, there's a particular set of targets that we are supposed to meet. So we do have targets. We have selected a few indicators that have gone into the framework. And so each year, we actually monitor to see how are we doing. The log frame does not cover everything, but it covers the key areas. So I'll not go into that. So in terms of objectives, I think this has been alluded to by Becky before. So really what we really want to do is to showcase the work that we are doing, aligned with the theory of change. We'll do this through various mechanisms that have already been described. We want to provide update on our monitoring and evaluation and learning process. So there'll be a presentation on that. And then, as been mentioned already, we have political economy. We are going to update you on case studies that we are doing. We are doing some case studies to amplify the learning, to go in and find out exactly if there was a change, why did it happen? How did it happen? Who made it happen? How can we do it better? So there will be a short presentation on that. And then there will be other activities which are mentioned there. So with those few remarks, not very few, may I say that you're most welcome to this particular session. Thank you very much.
Okay, thanks, Ali. We're going to move straight into the next session. Duakalia, you're facilitating. You're going to tell us how the World Cafe is going to work.
Bonjour tout le monde. Good morning, and thank you, Becky. Okay, the word cafe, even though we don't see coffee in the room, the session is called word cafe. And I was trying to look for the definition of word cafe. A session with no cafe, but no, they said that it's originated from in a house of a couple. They're having a large meeting, and suddenly it was raining. And then everybody went inside and we were on different tables discussing different topics. So that's where the word cafe originated. I thought that I may let you know that. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this 2019 SGCI Annual Forum World Cafe. As an introduction, I was just going to tell you how it's going to work, like Vicky said. First, the objective, like Ellie said today, we're going to showcase what has been happening in the SGCI. So the objective of the World Cafe is to showcase the important role and work of some of the key stakeholders of the Science Granting Council initiative, the collaborating technical agencies. So they are going to be on the different stand, explaining to you what they have achieved, how they're able to achieve that with you, and it's going to enable you also to start thinking of what you are learning, what has been achieved, and what do you want for the next step. So we are going to have the sessions start with a short video clip, 7 to 8 minutes. This video clip is going to be related to the work in theme 3, which is strengthening partnership among Africa Science Granting Councils and the private sector. Music already. Yeah. And after that, we'll then visit the stands. And I'm going to tell you how we'll visit. We have 4 stands here for 4 technical agencies, collaborating technical agencies. And as you visit the stands, you try to understand what was really achieved. And you try to ask questions for better understanding, or also start appreciating what was achieved. And more importantly, you will get to start thinking, like I said, about how do you think we can build on the achievement to continue the work of the SGCI during phase 2. So how do we look forward? This reflection is very important because during the day, again, like Eli said, we're going to have a group discussion in the form, another method, which is called fishbowl. And this fishbowl is going to be facilitated by my friend, IMT colleague, Dorothy. So now, what we're trying to do, we had planned to have some numbers to let you go through the different stands. But what I'm trying to do now, the first 2 tables here will start with the Sinovac stand there. And the 2 tables, the table 1 and 2 here, will also start with the ACTS stand there. And the 2 tables, 1 in the middle, 2 over there, will start with a Sarima stand. And these 2 tables here, and the third one, you start with the African Technology Policy Studies Network. So we are going to have 12 to 15 minutes per stand. My friend and colleague, Lois Ochanda, will be keeping the time because like Ellie and Becky have said, it's going to be a packed day, so we need to really be on time. So I don't know how Lois is going to do it. I don't know if she has a gong. After 12 minutes, she starts gong, gong, gong. Can you move to the next stand? And we will just move like this. So after these 3 tables I've seen here, the African Technology Policy Studies Network, we move to this stand, and then we go like this. Is that clear? Excellent. So we can start the World Cafe. Yep. Yes? Oh, video. Oh, sure.
business activities. Lack of alternative sources of energy has led to overdependence on biomass. Currently, biomass alone accounts for about 85% of national urban areas. Most restaurants, households, and fast food businesses use charcoal and firewood for cooking. Use of biogas could help to reduce deforestation. Impact Technologies, with support from the Science Granting Council's initiative, SGCI, and the Malawi National Commission for Science and Technology, to pilot a free-for-service social enterprise business model, which involves commercialization of social services at Sangano Market in Cheo District, Malawi.
We are helping the market to improve the sanitation and health of the market, and also trying to do waste management by recycling degradable waste into biogas, and also improve soil fertility by giving the community bio-liquid fertilizer and bio-solid fertilizer.
Project ibera pano itaira ndani manja awiri komanso ndi chinthu chabwino kwambiri pakufuwa chinthu chimenechi kuti mwina bulu la zinyalala ndi mmene zinafotokozeredwa kuti pakhala kachina biogas achina fertilizer
We actually identified this particular project because we have a department on renewable energy. And looking at the kind of waste that is collected at this particular vegetable market, and looking at the sanitation challenges, we thought we could actually do something about it.
We are trying to address two things. First is health and sanitation of the market, and secondly, we want to manage the waste around here. As you can see, it's scattered all over. So we want to focus on biodegradable waste, convert it into a reusable source of energy. That was their first pit that they were using, and it's closed, and they are no longer using it. So what I was saying, that if you see those small heaps around, those are the manures that they are harvesting. So people who come here, do the excavations, all those pits that you are seeing there, they are digging manure for resale.
This particular biogas production is going to help in terms of an alternative source of energy.
It was designed in a way that it has a 3-stage digestion process, and we also put on a component whereby if it is in winter, we'll maintain the heat by introducing a special polycarbonate sheeting on the digester. We have designed a biogas backpack, so it's a small backpack that you put it at the back. So every time you come refuel at the station and then take it at home. And then you just connect it to the stove and then you cook.
Our plan is to see to it that by producing biogas, which will be used in the homesteads for all sorts of activities, including cooking, will be replicated in virtually most of the districts. The costs that they may have incurred by using hydroelectricity and the costs they may have to incur when using the biogas as a source of alternative energy will be comparative and cost-effective law, as we saw from the researchers.
If you are to have this in almost each and every house, it means the issue of deforestation will be eliminated. It means the issue of sanitation will be eliminated. This means that the government is going to save on energy, is going to save on health sector. They are also going to save on agriculture. So we are looking at 3 sectors that are very important to the government.
The results of this project will strengthen the advocacy for the adoption of the renewable energy initiatives.
Its potential, not only in Malawi, but the whole Africa. They are looking for solutions, and amazingly, all the challenges that Africa is facing, the solutions are locally available. It's very simple. What we need to do is to let people know and understand what biogas is all about, and then the potentials of, saving money by using the available local sources.
Okay, thank you very much. I hope you like that. And then if there's any question, we've seen Mike there, so we can approach him to ask further question for clarification. That was a good one. So now, without any further comment, because as we said, the day is packed, we start the World Cafe. So the first 15 minutes in each stand, and then Lois will be keeping the time. Thank you.